Hey everyone, it's Rod Santomassimo with the Massimo Group, and Happy New Year. Last month in a private session, we disclosed the top 10 things you need to do to get more CRE business in 2022. So I thought we share them with you. So I present to you those top 10 things you've got to do to get more commercial real estate business in 2022. In fact, these top 10 approaches, things we've learned, things that will impact us in 2022 more than anything else, of the hundreds of strategies and best practices. We thought about it. We talked to the coaches. These are the top 10 items. So let's get right to it. Number 10, virtual reality has arrived. It absolutely has. Last week, in fact, one of my team members attended a conference online. He had an avatar. He had his own body and face and everything, and so did the people that attended. It was the EXP commercial conference, but there's been others, and it was a way to get there. And I jumped in, and I had my avatar, and I talked to people, and I actually secured some meetings, and I attended a breakout session where the panelists were sharing some great ideas, all from the comfort of my home. I didn't travel. And even when the pandemic and all the issues subside, and they will, many of us will realize, I don't need to travel. I don't need to travel to that event. I'll travel to that event, but there will be virtual events. How can you create a virtual experience for your prospects, for your clients, for your team, and be considerate of those that don't want to come and meet you, but want to see you? There's a way, and that is absolutely virtual reality. Number 9, feedback, not follow up. So many of us reach out and chase prospects and chase opportunities for follow-up. Hey, I'm just following up. Hey, I hope I can follow up. Send an email. This is my follow-up. Follow-up means you're chasing. There's a sense of desperation on a follow-up. Instead, feedback. Ask for feedback. When you ask for feedback, that's not a right. It's a privilege. And therefore, you're asking for a favor. If you can provide me, please, some feedback on the meeting we had 2 days ago. If you can provide me, please, some feedback on our listing presentation, on the status of our listing agreement. Provide some feedback on our bid on that property. Provide some feedback. It's a privilege. It's not a right. But when we start using the word feedback instead of follow-up, the response rate jumps considerably. Consider using feedback. Number 8, absolutely, community counts. If you're not in a community, find one, whether it's CCIM or SIOR or CRE or whatever there is that you have access to. And it doesn't need to be a commercial real estate community, but you need to have a community. At Massimo, we have so many communities. We have a member overall community. We have a new to business community, a mid-career community. We have a top producer community, and we have my text community where I react and I personally respond to everyone. And in the communities, we see that people actually share listing presentations, other ideas, things that are working in the market. You see, you need to live in a world of abundance and not scarcity. Back in when I grew up and was doing commercial real estate, and maybe even now today, we're afraid to share. We're afraid to show, right? You got to find a community that will support you and help you grow no matter what level of experience or expertise you have. Find the community. Number 7 are the elements of intellect. And you have to know where you stand on these. It's so important. Either you're intellectually ignorant, and that's okay. We all are. We all don't know certain things. Maybe you're an investment broker. You're not really quite sure what that Delaware trust thing is. Or you're doing tenant rep and you really never looked strongly at everything that goes into a lease audit. That's ignorance, and that's okay. It's okay to be ignorant as long as you recognize I need to learn. And then there's intellectual arrogance, and that's not okay. That's when you say to yourself, I'm fine, I'm good. I know that. I don't need to grow. That's it. I know it all. That's arrogance. If you find yourself having intellectual arrogance, the fact is You're limiting yourself to any future growth, any future opportunities. And those around you, they don't want to be around you. Don't be arrogant. But the best of all is curiosity, intellectual curiosity. I recognize I don't know what I don't know. And that is so much out there that I don't know and that you don't know. But I'm curious. Stephen was curious. In fact, all our award winners are really, really curious, whether they're just starting out or they're a multi-million dollar producer and they want to grow. Curiosity. I would challenge you and stress to you that in 2022, get curious, be curious, learn as much as you can. Number 6, cryptocurrency. We've been reading about it. We've been seeing it. We've been reviewing it. We've been skipping the articles. It doesn't affect us in commercial real estate. Well, last week, there was a purchase in South Florida paid with cryptocurrency. What do you know about cryptocurrency? What do you know about the blockchain? Because if you don't know, you're not going to be at a certain position that our keynote speaker is going to talk about. You need to know about cryptocurrency. You need to leverage your intellectual curiosity and learn as much as you can and become that resource to the prospects who don't know as well and to your clients who are looking for answers. Number 5, prospect sequencing. Yes, we believe in calls. Calls are always for the last 13 years of Massimo, I track everything. The telephone call still, even this year, remains by far the #1 source of originating new business. It is, but now it's combined with sequencing. So yes, telephone call, email, video message, social DMs, a cadence of sequencing. Are you using sequencing or are you just dialing for dollars? Are you just chasing with emails? Do you have a cadence? Are you just winging it? In 2022, we know this with our Massimo members. Sequencing makes the difference between the chase and the meeting. Sequencing. Number 4, expanded services. What do you do? Who do you serve? And if you serve them, what else do they need? You have to expand your services. When I looked at our members over the year and saw those that are making income in different channels, yes, I do office tenant rep. But I also align myself with a space designer. I also align myself with a construction company. Oh, I align myself with a tax strategist that will share with that business owner what's the right decision to make. Expanded services. Are you still just doing one thing and doing it really well? Great. Or are you different? Are you going to stand out and start offering expanded services? Yes, I said this earlier, the experience. It's all about the experience. What will be the experience that you can articulate to your prospect or implement with your client that they'll say, wow, I will always use you and I'm absolutely going to refer you? Are you just doing a transaction? Are you a facilitator? Or are you providing an experience? Are you an advisor or resource? What is the experience? Think about what the experience of your prospect is before an offer or before a lease signature, and then after a lease signature or after the offers and after the bids come in. And then what's the experience when the deal is closed? Do you walk away and chase them later on and hope for another deal? Or are you with them, like Greg's with me, for years and years and years, and I'm there even if there's a fee or not? What's the experience? You have to create an experience. Number 2, your offer. How are you framing your offer? It matters. At Massimo, we have a certain methodology for framing offers that when implemented, our clients are getting higher fees than they did previously. Even in markets that are ultra competitive, in product lines that are ultra competitive, how do you frame your offer? Think about what you share with your prospects today. Is it special? Does it create the sense of experience? Or is it simply, yeah, we're going to do some goal objectives and we're going to do some lease analysis, and then I'll provide some investment analysis and we'll take a tour? Not a very attractive offer. Frame your offer. Okay, so what's the number one thing? The number one thing is being one up. That's right, being one up. It's so essential that you are an expert, that you are a resource, and not just a broker, not just a facilitator, not a transactor. Those are a dime a dozen. Those are commodities. We found after the pandemic, those that were in fact experts, specialists, resources, and positioned themselves as such made so much more in earnings than others that just simply tried to transact. Now, it's important when you're being one up. This is a concept by Mr. Anthony Iannarino, a sales guru that I've been following for over the last year. This idea of being one up does not mean being better than or treating people as if they're one down. Being one up means you don't ask people what's keeping you up at night. You already know what's keeping them up at night. That's just one example. But there you have it. Those are the top 10 things you need to do to win more business in 2022. Of course, if you're ready to commit and get the results you've always sought, if you're ready to build that business and life you always desired, going forward, our Massimo coaching programs now come with a CRE results guarantee. That's right. Want to learn more? Simply book a call on the link below, and we look forward to helping you make sure that 2022 is your best CRE year yet.